I think I love everything about this house. I think it's a beautiful, warm, welcoming family home. That's the most important thing. That's the thing the clients really appreciate as well, so that they really loved all the natural light in the house. They love the flow of spaces. They love that connection between inside, outside, the views to the park, that you get all those things. Personally, my favorites are the little details. Those little tiny details, they help any building really stand out and architecture come to life. We had done some work previously for these clients in a commercial environment in their office, and they came to us when they were living in the house on this property, and they loved the block, they loved the northern aspect with the park just behind us, but the house wasn't making any use of that. And so they were really looking for a new family home to maximize on the opportunities that the site had and that the site offered to them. Fairly early on, they really liked this idea of building a house around the outside and the central courtyard so that nature becomes part of the house and there's a blurring between inside and outside happening. One of the other things the clients were really keen on is having obviously a super sustainable, contemporary family home, but at the same time, something that sits well within the neighborhood. So it's typical in a suburban neighborhood that we're dealing with. So you get all the pitched roofs, and so it's got this strong pitched roof form. Slate, timber, and brick are the three materials that we've used predominantly, and they're very traditional building materials, but put in a contemporary context. The slate is quite an unusual material these days. Traditionally, it used to be on all the roofs, but putting it into a contemporary setting like this and bringing it down the wall and then having the gutterless eaves detail and all that. So there was a fair bit of work involved to get that to work. Similarly with that brickwork, we did a drawing of each of those bricks. There's 3 different colors, and it's basically designed on the shadows that fall in the space. And to find a bricklayer that was happy to do that and to use that brick pattern then on the floor and bring that in was actually quite a challenge. Yeah, it was a bit funny seeing the bricklayer standing there sort of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now it's a dark one. And sustainability plays a huge part in this project. It's not an add-on, but for us it's important that it's really an integral part of the design. And you can see that obviously with things like orientation, ventilation. Passive solar design is an essential part of this. So we've got the north-facing glass behind us. In summer, the eaves are modeled in such a way so it blocks out basically the hot summer sun. There's heating and cooling pipes within the concrete slab, and it's quite novel. The heating aspect isn't. The heating aspect is done a lot, but doing that with cooling as well is quite a novel thing. I see a lot of houses where people put in double glazed windows in a single aluminium frame, and I think that creates a lot of problems because if it's a high performing house, the window is your weak point anyway, so you need to make sure you get it as good as possible, and these windows allow us to do that. There's different types. We've got a sliding area here so that all slides are open so the courtyard sort of flows into the building. The second courtyard has got a pivot door at either end, so you can open both of them out and then basically you get a central outdoor living space in between the 2 indoor living spaces. It's a fantastic, massive pivot door, which actually a lot of manufacturers wouldn't be able to do. So it's great to see this come to life. So the project has won some awards already, which is really exciting. I must say I'm particularly proud of all the sustainability credentials and sustainability awards that it gets, because obviously that's what I'm passionate about. That's what gets me out of bed in the morning. And it's also what sort of typifies, or what makes the building typify what we do as a practice and what we stand for as a practice, because it is that combination of sustainable and contemporary and really merging that into beautiful architecture.